What's good with y'all, man? Yo, so going through my email, got sent this crazy article. So crazy. So let's pull up this article. Y'all see from the picture I already have up here. James Gunn's Superman sequel features DC characters R-wording each other. It's so bad I have to put something over it so it doesn't hit community guidelines and just certain criterias on YouTube. Why does that have to take place in the DC universe? Like, it's so bad that it has to be put out so it doesn't affect YouTube. James Gunn has said his Peacemaker Season 2 is a direct sequel to his Superman movie. But instead of building on Superman's story in a meaningful way, Gunn leans into shocking value, crude humor, and political messaging. By the way, and this is exactly why the video we just did the other day, comparing Zack Snyder and James Gunn, why people love Zack and why people dislike James Gunn, this article is just clarifying that. It's literally just clarifying that. Gunn says Peacemaker is the Superman sequel. In his own words, Gunn previously described Peacemaker as following directly from Superman. I pretty much think of Peacemaker Season 2 as a direct sequel. It's a big part, definitely Superman leads directly into Peacemaker. What the world? Anyways. It should be noted that this is for adults, not for children, but Superman leads into this show, and then we have the setting up of all of the rest of the DCU in this season of Peacemaker. Lots of guest stars coming up, lots of characters that are showing up that we've already met in Superman. Gunn even went as far as saying Peacemaker Season 2 might be the work he's most proud of. Wow. The work he's most proud of. The very first episode, we have a big ass orgy scene. Let that sink in. By the way, everybody's been talking about episode 6 of James Gunn's Peacemaker. I might watch it. I don't have HBO Max anymore. I'd have to subscribe again. I may watch it. I might not. I don't know, but we'll see. Alright, so he says, I don't think there's anything that I've ever done that I love more than this season of Peacemaker. DC characters in prison are seen. The most recent episode highlights Gunn's controversial taste. Episode 6 features Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor sharing a prison scene with Frank Grillo's Rick Flag Sr. During their conversation, Lex casually remarks, "Meanwhile, I'm in here," and Belle Reeve listening to a bear-sized man with dragon skin, butt glowing twink with cartoon eyes in a cell beside me every night. So, a bear-sized man with dragon skin, is that supposed to be Killer Croc? Maybe. The implications is that DC characters believed to be Killer Croc, okay, and possibly Dr. Phosphorus. I can't even say the name right now. Are R-wording each other in prison. Gunn signed off on the line, placing this kind of content directly into what he himself calls the continuation of Superman. That's pretty much it. That's the article. You know, I'm not shocked, man. The very first episode, we saw what James Gunn was doing. We saw dinglings, we saw boobs, we saw everything on the screen, man. So this is not shocking to me. But sadly, this is what mediocrity is. This is what people want. People want this. They I don't know why they want to support this mediocrity. Like, this is just terrible. This is not DC. This is not superheroes. Like, why do we need to implement the R word? And why do we need to implement balls, penis, all on the screens? Like, we don't need to see this in DC. And I've said it like a million times. Like, yes, we know sex exists and we know other things exist, but we don't need to see it in the DC universe. Christopher Nolan Christian Bale's Batman, he's about to make love to Talia al Ghul by the fireplace, but what happened? You know, they started kissing and then it cut out. We didn't need to see the actual scene. We knew what was going down. We are adults. Why do we need to see these certain aspects? And now you have a episode showing someone getting something taken from them. If you know what I mean. And by the R word, I will leave the description so you can click on the description so you can see what that R word is. I don't want to say it on YouTube or even have it posted because I ain't trying to take no chances with, you know, community guidelines and stuff like that. But this is further proven that DC is not in the right direction. DC is just not in the right direction with this BS, man. I'm sorry, it's just not. This stuff has no place in DC. No place. And it's absolutely ridiculous, man. Let me see one more thing before I get off this article. See if I missed let's see. So it did say a pattern of poor taste. This isn't an isolated case. Gunn has already drawn backlash for approving the John Cena Peacemaker emote in Fortnite, which Epic Games pulled after players flagged it for containing Nazi-inspired imagery. That's in a gameplay by millions of kids, despite Gunn's insistence that Peacemaker isn't for kids. Which, yeah, it should have never been in there. Now, the same Superman sequel contains casuals or references involving iconic DC characters, man. Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. This is the DC that the small minority of people want. A lot of the DC, majority of the fan base don't want this BS, man. We don't want this. Like, I don't understand. This is why James Gunn's numbers are not doing that good. We talked about it before. Peacemaker peaked at like 744,000. Matt Reeves' The Batman peaked at 3.3 million. There's a big difference in numbers right there. James Gunn's Superman only made 615 million at the box office. Granted, it's still there. It's been at 615 million for the past, 2 weeks? But I don't think it's going to get out of the 615 million range. Maybe it might get to 616, but that's it. It got pulled out early of theaters. It's been on numerous sales, so people would buy it. This is what happens when you have mediocrity. This is straight mediocrity. This is stupid. Straight stupid. I'm gonna touch base on this. How do you go from having Superman as a kid-friendly movie, besides the little bit of cussing it has in it, to a completely 360, 180, whatever it is, opposite, to where James Gunn is having nudity, boobs, R scenes going on, and Peacemaker is a direct sequel to Superman. That's what he says. And then you got Supergirl coming out, and she's a drunk. And who knows what's going to pop off in Supergirl? Orgies or anything. Sad. This is sad. DC is sad. This is exactly why I just don't care about DC. I'm more hyped about Marvel. We got some Marvel content we're going to talk about here soon. But yeah, this is this is sad, man. DC, I told you I was debating if I wanted to see Supergirl only because of Jason Momoa's Lobo, but I probably won't. This is just too much, man. You know, this isn't DC. This isn't the DC that everybody wants. This is like, we don't need to see these things. These things don't need to take place in the DC universe. We know these things happen, but it does not belong in a superhero movie. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. And you know what? You know what was clicking to me too. If you guys ever watch it, by the way, it's one of my favorite shows on Amazon. If you guys ever watch The Boys, I feel like James Gunn is really trying to copy The Boys. If you haven't seen The Boys, go check it out if you have Amazon Prime. It's literally superheroes gone bad, pretty much. They got superpowers and they're bad, pretty much. I feel like James Gunn is trying to replicate that a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. That's just what I feel a little bit after thinking about it just right this second. So I don't know, man. This is crazy. I'm just done with DC. I just don't care. This is so stupid, man. The stuff we're getting is stupid. Zack Snyder was straight quality, man. I'm sorry. He was just straight quality. And despite what the haters say, oh, Zack doesn't know the characters. Zack knew the characters damn well. And if you actually read some of the comics, you would see what I'm talking about. And you would know what I'm talking about. But this is just getting ridiculous now. We got these scenes going on. Just dumb, man. So, post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought. If you enjoyed my thoughts on this, make sure you hit that like and hit that sub, okay? I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. And by the way, if I miss anything, let me know. I'll hit y'all in the next one, man. 100,000 subscribers is grind time. Let's get